It doesn't matter what I'm talking about, most of the comments I get are about my curls. People are dying.
Off topic, but your curls!
What's the hair routine? What do you put in your hair?
Can we get a hair routine, please?
You tell me the name of the product you put in your hair.
Okay, this is the curl routine. In depth for you guys. I will say I started doing my hair 14 years ago, and in that span of time, I've overcome heat damage, bad haircuts, trial and error with many products. But finally, ever since I started this routine 2 years ago, this is the best my curls have ever looked in my life. It's a combination of being in a place where I have the right guidance on curl care, a great curl stylist, and the right products with the right ingredients. The haircut is where it starts. Curly hair is all about having the right shape that suits your face and having layers that give your hair that volume and that bounce. I swear by curly cuts, not necessarily diva cuts or anything like that, but if you're a curly girl, go to a curl specialist. Do your research on different people. If you like how most of their clients look on their Instagram page, that's your best bet. And then make sure you take your time during the consultation to really let them know what your hair goals are, what you're looking for, what you feel like hasn't worked for you in the past, and what you feel like does work for you. Show them inspiration pictures. I currently drive to a different city to get my hair cut, and it's absolutely worth it because she eats every time. The cut really took my curls to the next level. Some people say getting a curly cut makes your hair look super uneven whenever you straighten it. I think that really just comes down to the technique whatever stylist you're going to is using. So I would definitely look more into that if you are planning on straightening your hair. But for me, I say, I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
I haven't straightened my hair in almost 3 years, and I don't plan on doing it anytime soon. I'm almost scared too because my hair gets damaged really easily with high manipulation. Straightening it even once can absolutely damage my hair. It just is never quite the same after that and takes a really long time to kind of come back to its former glory. And I don't want to do anything to jeopardize the health of my hair. I've straightened it a total of 3 times in my adult life. And every time, if I would even think about going outside, it would just get so frizzy and tangled, and it just was absolutely not worth it in my opinion. My curls also just make me stand out. And there are very few styles that I would feel like look better than my curls at this point. So if you're a curly girl through and through, or you want to be that way, curly cuts are definitely for you. All right, it's wash day. Hydration is essential to the health of your hair. Hydration equals water. Water equals hydration. The only way to hydrate your hair is through water. I wash my hair every 5 to 7 days. Your hair is like a sponge, so it's important to remove any buildup and soak up as much water as you can. Water hardness or softness definitely does make a big difference on your curls over time and on how much water your curls can take in. A lot of curly specialists online definitely recommend getting a filtered shower head. I haven't bought one for myself yet, but I'm looking to do that by the end of this year. What I currently do to combat hard water mineral buildup is every 4 weeks or so, I do a hard water treatment using the Malibu Sea Hard Water Wellness Hair Remedy. And I just follow the directions on the package. Basically, they want you to shampoo, put the crystals in your hand, you add water to the crystals, you mix it up, and it kind of becomes like a creamy product at that point, and you apply it evenly to your hair. You let it sit for 5 minutes, and then you rinse it out completely. You shampoo again, and then you condition. Like I said, I only do that every 4 weeks or so, and I'm not doing that this week, but that is what I do to combat water hardness, and I'll keep you guys posted on the filtered shower head when I get one. I start all of my wash days by getting my hair super wet, and then I add shampoo. I use the AG Care Balance Apple Cider Vinegar shampoo, and I love this stuff so much. I have fine hair, and it soaks up water pretty easily, so whenever it's wet, it's definitely giving sad wet dog, but it definitely makes it a lot easier to distribute product versus someone with thick, low porosity hair. For that reason, I do apply the shampoo in sections, but I only apply it in 2 sections, left side of my head, right side of my head. I rinse out the shampoo completely, and then I do another round of shampoo. I always shampoo twice. The AG Care Balance shampoo gives really good slip, so it's really easy for me to completely finger detangle my hair by the end of this step. After rinsing out the shampoo completely, I use conditioner. I use this conditioner from Renpure. I'm not crazy about this conditioner. I do like it. I've just never met a conditioner that's shook my world, you know? My technique for applying conditioner is like this. Make sure your hair is soaking wet, and then put a little bit of conditioner on your hair. Don't necessarily rinse out the conditioner, but put your hair back under the water for a second or two, because you want to get it even more wet. You want to soak soak up even more water. And then put a little bit more conditioner on your hair. And then whenever you take the hair in your hands and lightly squeeze it, it should sound squishy, but with like mostly water. I put my hair up in a clip and then I wash my body, which takes about 3 minutes. After that, I rinse out the conditioner completely, nothing left but water. One of the biggest changes in my curl care that has transformed the health of my hair is that I don't use any products with a predominant amount of oils or butters. I only use water-based products with humectants, which are ingredients that attract water. One of these products is the InnerSense I Create Hold Gel. This gel right here is a masterpiece. Without even turning off the water, I leave the water on. My hair is as dripping wet as possible and I do the first step in styling my hair. I apply the InnerSense I Create Hold Gel to my hair in about 6 to 8 sections, working from bottom to top. With each section, I take about a dime size amount of the gel and then I put a little bit of water into my hand as well, and then I smooth it onto the section of dripping wet hair. Do not squeeze anything out of your hair. Your hair is a sponge and it should be filled to capacity right now with water. Once the gel is applied to my whole head, I turn off the water, dry my body, and get out of the shower. Again, I cannot stress this enough. No squeezing your hair, absolutely no towel drying your hair. It's a sponge that is full as can be with water and gel right now. If you absolutely must, you know, put a towel around your shoulders so it's not like dripping all over you. Oh my god, there's a swimming pool on the floor right now. Within about 5 minutes of getting out of the shower, it's time to finish styling. I'm working in 8 sections again, from bottom to top, left side of my head, right side of my head. I take a dime size amount of InnerSense I Create Hold Gel. I put a little bit of water into my hand as well, and then I smooth it onto the hair again. Right after that, I take a pump of the Design Essentials Almond and Avocado Mousse, and I smooth that into the section as well. After that, it's time to separate the curls in that section. This is how the curls are going to lay whenever it's dry. Since my hair has layers, I work from bottom to top, splitting the section I'm working on into even smaller subsections from bottom to top. I use the Bounce Curl Define brush to brush through the smaller subsection, and then I separate each curl in that subsection by hand. I basically take each curl and run it between my index finger and thumb. Using the Bounce Curl brush makes this process pretty quick for my entire head. I'm talking like 15-20 minutes. I move on to the next section, gel with some water, separate curls with the Bounce Curl Define brush from bottom to top of that section, and then individually separating each curl. The next step is to diffuse my hair, to dry the hair, and then set everything in place. I don't like to diffuse my hair while it's soaking wet, so instead I usually finish getting ready. I let myself get distracted by something, sucked into some work for a little bit, anywhere between 30 minutes and 3 hours. But by 3 hours, I'm definitely like, oh crap, I need to go finish doing my hair. And yeah, it's still pretty wet after 3 hours. I got the Shark Speed Style this week actually, and this was my first time using it. Before that, I was using the same Conair hairdryer for over 10 years. Super excited for the upgrade and ready to cut my drying time down by a lot. But anyway, diffusing my hair. You need a hairdryer with a diffuser attachment. I always start by using high speed, high heat. With this new hairdryer, it got a lot hotter than my old hairdryer ever did. And like, I was also getting really hot, so I turned it down to medium heat. But I always just hovered the diffuser over various places on my head until it's dry. I don't do anything fancy with the diffuser. No flipping my head over, no scrunching. All that fancy stuff is why I thought diffusing my hair was awful for years. Hover the diffuser over different areas of my head and keep moving it around until it's dry. It takes about 10-15 minutes. I always pop in AirPods and watch something on my phone so that I don't get bored to tears, because your hair needs to be completely dry, like totally dry, before moving on to the next step. Once it's completely dry, the curls definitely look and feel crunchy, and even though my hair isn't wet, it's still giving sad wet dog. So I break the cast by taking my hair in sizable sections around my head and just running my hand over it. One time. I'm not raking my fingers through it at all, just smoothing my hand over that section once to break the cast. Then left side of my head, right side of my head, I move from bottom to top and separate any curls that clump together. This only takes me like 5 minutes, by the way, but a lot of the curls do end up clumping together. So by the time I finish, there's a huge difference in volume. That's wash day. It takes me like 2 hours total, but lasts all week and eats every time. Getting the curls to last a full 5 to 7 days with minimal manipulation means I gotta wrap it up. At night, I use a hella big cloth hair tie. This hair tie has like no tension to it at all. And then I flip my head over and I wrap the hair tie over the hair just once. It's not a ponytail, it's a pineapple. And then I use a buff, which is basically a brand brand of neck gaiters that people use to protect their face from dust or the sun, but it also comes in handy for the curls. I like very carefully put it over my head, and then once it's around my neck, I pull it up like it's a headband, and then I take the end of the buff and pull it up over my hair. After that's on, I put a satin bonnet on top. This formula is unbeatable for me. I feel like the buff like holds everything in place, and then the bonnet is like extra protection, and if the bonnet comes off for any reason, then the buff has your back. In the morning, remove the bonnet, pull the buff over your head, remove the hair tie, and then I just shake it out. I always just like go finish getting ready. I let gravity do its thing, and then I judge how it looks. At times, like the underside of my hair gets too stretched out, and then in that case, I'll take the smallest amount of Intersense I Create Hold Gel with a little bit of water, and I will smooth that over any of the curls that need a little bit of help. I try not to go overboard with this though. Only curls that like really need help. Then I just use my diffuser so that I can quickly dry any of the pieces that I freshened up. Wrapping up my hair before the gym or any event that causes significant neck sweat is also really important, and it's super easy. I use a big cloth hair tie. This one is very loose, but it has a little bit of tension, whereas the one I use at night has no tension at all. I flip my hair over and I wrap the hair tie over the hair once, just making a pineapple again. But because that loose hair tie has a little bit of tension to it, it actually ends up looking really cute, and then I'm good to go. When I'm done with the workout, I just remove the hair tie, shake it out. That's all there is to that. Everything I've learned today that's brought my curl routine and curl care to what it is today did not come from nowhere. It came from finding really knowledgeable people. There's so many curl specialists who make content and share their knowledge online. Following them is what really helps me make the changes I made to the products I use and the techniques I use for washing and styling. Some of those curl specialists are Cassidy Marie Hair on TikTok, Mains by Mel here on YouTube, and Akashia on TikTok. All the products and tools that I spoke about in this video are listed in my Amazon storefront under curly hair must-haves. The link to my Amazon storefront will be listed in the description and in the pinned comment. The only thing not in there is the Bounce Curl Define brush, which you have to order directly from their website, but I'll make sure to put their website link in the description too. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if there's anything from my routine that you're planning to try for yourself. See you in the next one.